I am, it's so heartbreaking to me. I spend a lot of time in prisons as a lawyer, as a journalist. The thing that strikes me the most, you walk in, you get through all security measures, and now you're out in the yard. And it's acres and acres and acres of mostly African American and Latino men. Honestly, most of them smarter than I am, better looking than I am, better shape than I am, more entrepreneurial than I am, more leadership skills than I have. I'm never gonna have to compete with any of them. Uh, we're wasting so much genius and so much talent. And I think part of the problem is, if you have a bunch of white guys who are young and reckless and breaking the rules and drinking and carousing and acting like idiots, that's called a fraternity. And
Right.
everybody knows fraternity hijinks are a stage of life, and you got to scold them, but you don't want to destroy their lives. Same activity with a bunch of black kids, that's called the drug gang,
Hmm.
and they all got to go to prison. And so you're taking a whole bunch of behaviors that are antisocial but predictable from young people, and rather than giving them the coaching, the counseling, and second chances, you're giving them a label of felon forever.
Hmm.
Part of the reason the work we're doing on Reform Alliance I think is so important is because even when people get out of prison, they wind up stuck in parole and probation, and they can't get a job or whatever. What is the importance to you of second chances?
Yeah.
People being able, when they've done their time, to be able to get a job, to be able to get a student loan, to be able to move forward, and how important is that to the success of this vision?
It is critical. Again, especially when you've had now two, three, four generations of African Americans who've been subjected to a criminal justice system that has been highly biased against them. Well, the right answer again is liberating what is the opportunities in America. And we've got to, when people have done their time, we should re-educate, retrain, and look to repopulate into ways that are productive.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I can't underscore enough, Van, the competitive, it's been interesting. So, COVID has changed a lot of the focus that we had, just 6 months ago. 6 months ago, our biggest issue and fear and worry in the world that I lived in was where were we going to get this talent, this trained talent? We just had just no access to talent in a way to support this digital revolution that is still ongoing. Yeah, look at us today. You and I are sitting here in a digital environment and likely will be for quite some time. And we need to have a community of people in America who are embracing the opportunity to get every American, call it digitally literate. We've got to have digital natives so that we can compete 5, 8, 10, 20 years from now. Like I tell folks, we do these aptitude tests and all that sort of stuff. Man, you've got more people who get A's on our aptitude tests in China and India than we have people in this country. And now that they have access to technology, once there is a distribution of computing power, which happened over the last 20 years, 25 years ago, you had to go to a computer room, or certain companies had access to computer. Now it's cloud-based technology, and anybody anywhere, except in some of our communities, has access to this computing capability. And that's going to unleash the human potential, which will create products and business and services. And we've got to decide, are we going to be an economy that consumes that digital potential or produces that digital opportunity? You and I talked about this years ago. We
That's
want
right.
our community to be uploading, not downloading.
Mm-hmm.
And we want our country to be uploading, not downloading. We want to be selling software, not buying it in that context. So that's a big part of what we have to do, is to enable all of our people, all of our citizens to participate in the digital economy, because that is, if you haven't learned anything in the COVID, that is the economy going forward. And
Wow.
we have to enable all of our people to participate in it.